Hi there, this is just another continuation on the previous video I did about bodybuilding. Just had a few ideas. I was talking about how natural bodybuilding can benefit men and raise the hormones, and basically from what I've looked at, here's why. Let's look at the process, how it happens when it comes to resistance training. Basically, through the right exercise selection, let's take compound movements that work several muscles at once, like the leg press, the squat, deadlifts, bench press, shoulder press, things like that. If you were to prioritise those, let's take the squat or the leg press, right? When you do that and you push yourself, you're going to tear those muscle fibres down. You're going to fatigue your system. Your actual body is going to feel a little wiped out. And basically, what you are asking your body to do is to basically enlarge your muscles. Now, apparently, exercises like the leg press, the squat, the deadlift, the ones that work the most muscles all at once in a compound movement, in a multi-joint movement, not only will they target the muscles that are being used and ask them to grow, these types of exercise will encourage the entire body to grow. And according to the mainstream theory, the reason why is when you do these exercises correctly, your body will naturally produce a tiny extra amount of testosterone. It will release it to develop you all over. It creates kind of like, it triggers like an anabolic effect in the body. This is very minute and you have to work with it, and it takes time. So that's how you raise your testosterone very slightly. And then obviously it takes testosterone to build muscle, it takes testosterone to maintain muscle mass. So basically what you're doing is, you are, through exercise and hard work, you are generating more hormones within your body. Bearing in mind you rest enough, bearing in mind you eat enough, and I would say you eat enough first class proteins, and you eat enough fat and cholesterol. Now, not huge amounts, but you ingest enough, because I believe there's a property in the cholesterol that's linked to testosterone production. Men need that, because in the previous video I talked about how old strong men of the 18th century and early 19th century, how they used to eat whole eggs, and there is a link there, as I said, with testosterone production. So that is how that is done. Now, on the other hand, a steroid user, what they are doing is they are injecting synthetically a synthetic version of that testosterone, of that sex hormone, straight into the bloodstream, and that drug will now take its effect on the body, and it will enlarge the muscle cells, and it will allow apparently more protein to be digested and used to build muscle. And so what those people are doing now is, when that drug is taking effect, they're going in the gym and they're training, and they're seeing the benefits of that drug. Very different game, if you see what I'm saying. They are not stimulating their own hormones. As I said on the previous video, they're actually in the long run shutting them down. They're shutting their own testosterone production down, shutting their own hormones. But the opposite, I believe, is happening with natural bodybuilding. You're stimulating your hormones. And so maybe in older age, you're still saying, I still need these hormones present because I'm active. So this is the reason why link to what I said about the falling fertility rates in men, the falling testosterone level in men, not only fault due to our diets, but also due to chemicals in plastics. It's the environment we've been exposed to for decades now. You know, this is how you can counter that. You can build a little muscle. I'm not saying you be Mr. Olympia or anything like that, but you go to the gym, you build some muscle, and you eat some eggs, and also, here's another thing, meats. Meats have gotten bad press because they're saying they're linked to heart disease, cancers and things like that, and we really need to kind of cut down on them, especially red meats. Now I mentioned that red meats, they say that they raise testosterone naturally. Well, I guess you can say it depends on what type of meats you eat, because if you're eating McDonald's, the quality of that meat is awful. The quality of life that the livestock had is awful. You know, there's nothing natural about it, and probably they say even in America the quality of meat is the standard drops. In the UK, it's a lot better. So when I say meats, ideally I mean organic meats like organic beef, organic chicken, things like that. Animals that, like when it comes to beef, that are grass fed, instead of being fed this artificial genetically modified feed they give them, because then you're ingesting that. So these animals are fed growth hormone, antibiotics and all these things. As growth hormone, that's a steroid. Well, you're ingesting these steroids and these antibiotics and whatever else they give them. But if you have organic meats, then you know, you're getting the nourishment from the grass that the animal has eaten. So that's what I mean, you know. So solutions are, try and eat quality meat, organic meat if you can get it. Try and eat free range, not the some crap you can buy when you buy like 24 in bulk. Don't do that. Always get free range, and if you can, try and get organic free range eggs. Maybe try and find like a local supplier or something like that. That will be good. If you drink milk, try and drink organic milk and things like that. So there's little changes you can do in your diet. And don't eat lots. Just be sensible with it, and that I think that can help. Another thing is that made me think is connecting to CrossFit. Is cortisol levels. And apparently this is a stress hormone that's produced with intense exercise. It's produced in intense resistance training, weight training, aerobics and things like that. Now, how much time have I got on the video? Yeah. Well, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because apparently this is just talking guys here. When you have cortisol, a high cortisol level in your bloodstream, your testosterone level will lower. The two can't be in balance with one another. So it's important that you don't have high cortisol levels for a prolonged period. So if you're in the gym and you're doing like a big compound movement, and you're really going for it, and you feel that systematic fatigue, you probably are going to get cortisol levels rising. Because your body doesn't know what you're doing, it just assumes that you need to do what you do. So for example, in a more of a natural scenario, if you were being chased up a hill by a pack of hungry wolves, your body would just assume, you know, you need to do what you need to do to survive. You know, your own physical survival is a lot more important than your hormonal balance at that moment. And so the same principle applies when you're in the gym. Your body just doesn't know the difference. Let's talk about that in the next part. I guess my time runs out.